more new plants. All right, I only purchase plants that I love. I am turning into a plant collector, but I'm not one of those collectors who feels like they have to have like every single thing of one genera. I don't know if there are people out there like that, but that's definitely not me. I only purchase plants that speak to me somehow. So at this point, I do believe I have more Hoyas than any other genera. I'm not exactly sure on that. I'll have to do a count, but I do think the Hoyas are turning into one of my favorite plants. And I do have some new Hoyas. Should I start with those? I will. So there are a lot of sellers in my town in Vegas who sell Hoyas. There are quite a few ladies selling their clippings, their cuttings. And I do have a favorite seller because I love the substrate that she uses and I love the pots that she uses, even though it's plastic. It's still really high quality, and her Hoyas always look super, super healthy. I'm not sure if she keeps them in cabinets or if she gives them a lot of humidity, but they just look so healthy. I did not purchase from her recently, so I don't have any of her Hoyas here, but I got two new Hoyas from a Facebook seller from the same person, and I'll start with that. Okay, I'll start with the sigillatis. And I've got this poor baby locked away in this jar. I'm trying to give it 100% humidity because I don't think it's rooted yet. It's like really rocky and moves around in the soil, whatever substrate that it's in. I'll give you guys a close up. I took it out and I did a close up for you so you can see it. It's got really beautiful purple leaves, and I think it's still alive. The leaves feel hard, but it just looks not, it just doesn't look like it's thriving. So I don't know. I hope it survives. I got it for $7. I think Sigillatus might be more rare. So $7 is cheap, I think, compared to other prices I've seen online. And I really want this to survive because I love the leaves. It's unique. It's very different from the other Hoyas I have, which I like doing. I like collecting Hoyas that are different from any other plant that I have. I don't like really having doubles. I like collecting unique plants that offer something different from what I already have in my collection. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm thinking about changing this out into a pond substrate um, because I've seen a girl in the Philippines who does all of her propagations in pond, and she's like 100% successful, I think, or almost 100%. So I might do that. It's pretty much acclimated to my environment by now, and it just doesn't seem like it's doing anything. So we'll see about that. When I have time, I'll take care of that. Here's the spotlight close-up that I always like to do for my new plants. Whenever possible, I will put the scientific name, the common name, and the family name on screen. The Sigillatus was not doing well in the open air. It has been a few weeks since I put it in the jar, and it now has 2 new aerial roots and 2 new leaves. Once this plant matures a little more, I will slowly acclimate it to the open air again. Okay, next up is the Nova Ghost. I was told this is a Nova Ghost. When I first got it, this leaf here was so tiny. I wish I had gotten a video of it. I haven't had this very long, and it grew really fast. I feel like this is going to be a fast grower. So this is from the same seller that I got the Sigillatus from, and this was the first original plant I wanted to get from her. And then she just happened to have the Sigillatus, and I was like, okay, I'll get that too since I'm way out here. She's kind of far from me. But it's got this long tendril, which I'm happy about. I think I've heard that the peduncles come out of the end of the tendril, so I'm going to keep that there. I've also heard that you can propagate from just the tendril, even if it doesn't have leaves. But I'm going to leave this here because I want to see if a peduncle will come out and flower for me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to mature, what it's going to look like when it gets bigger. I'm so happy about this purchase. I love this. This is the exact setup that it was given to me in. I'm just going to leave it in here. I have decided that I don't want to repot any of my plants until they outgrow their original pots. Um, I'm a scaredy cat. I don't like messing with the roots and disrupting the plant's comfort zone. It's gotten used to whatever it's in, and I just want to only mess with their roots when I absolutely have to. So when they outgrow their pots, then I will do a repot. So once I see that this starts to get root bound, then I'll change it out. And if it grows more tendrils and more leaves, I will probably propagate from this and then propagate in pond. I want to try to move most of my plants as much as I can to pond and self-watering pots because I live in a desert. I keep saying this over and over in all my videos because it really bothers me that the air is so dry and the soil dries out so fast and I have to constantly water my plants. So I'm trying to find a solution to that the plants will be happy with and that I can be happy with. I have to be able to maintain my plants without giving up the rest of my life.
I did not realize until just now that the Nova Ghost is also a Hoya carnosa. My Crimson Queen is also a Hoya carnosa and it is a very fast grower. If all Hoya carnosas are fast growers, I'm going to have so much fun with my Nova Ghost. Almost all Hoyas grow their leaves in pairs on a node. For some reason, one of these pairs decided to grow bigger than the other. Is that a peduncle? I've noticed that both of my Hoya carnosas have very thick stems. I will have to give them a very robust trellis if I want them to climb up.
Okay, since I'm on a Hoya roll here, I'll go ahead and show you my latest Hoya. This is the very last one. My newest one I got yesterday from Lowe's. Yes, from Lowe's. I love Lowe's. Sometimes they get more rare plants, and I love how they have a wide variety of sizes. Like they will offer you the small, like the babier sizes at a cheaper price, which I love. I don't mind if the plant is smaller and I have to wait for it to grow out. I just love the price point. Because I'm a new plant enthusiast and I'm still learning, and I do not need to be spending lots of money on a single plant that's going to die because I don't know how to take care of it. So this was great. It was $7.98. So I mean, I like paying $5 or less for my plants, but that's not always going to happen, especially with something that's more rare. And I have never seen one of these in person. This is a Hoya curtisii. I think that's how you say it. It's so cute. And I don't think this grows very big. I think this is one of the smaller Hoyas. I think the leaves will stay small, and I think the shrub or whatever it is going to stay pretty small compared to other Hoyas. My Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen is a fast grower. That thing is huge now. It's got huge leaves already. I haven't had it that long. I'm amazed by that plant. I love it so much. I've done a propagation of that one, and I'm going to grow the propagation on a trellis. I can't wait to see what that thing's going to do. But yeah, this is super, super cute. I love how it's like a round leaf and then it like comes to a little point at the end. It's so cute. So I will definitely show you a close-up of this. And I'm definitely going to do propagations of this. Like I'll probably cut off one of these vines and then I'll give that a trellis also. I have a metal trellis that I found. Let me get it. I got this at Michael's. It was on clearance for $1.50. It's metal. And I'm going to put this, like as much of it into the soil as I can in the pot, and then put the propagation, maybe, I don't know what substrate I'm going to use yet. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to put the Hoya curtisii in pond, one of one of the propagations, and then I'll put another one in, I don't know, I'll look up online what soil they like, and then I'll give it this trellis and see if it'll vine around this thing.
I like to do a search online to see if there are any interesting facts about my plants. Something interesting I've just learned about the Hoya curtisii is that it is not only just an epiphyte, but it is also a lithophyte. This means that it can also grow on rocks. I do believe that all Hoyas are epiphytes, which means that they can grow on other plants, like trees, but not all of them are lithophytes. The lithophytic species are able to obtain nourishment from the atmosphere and the rain.
Okay, next is my variegated peace lily. I finally got one. I've been wanting one for a while. But the ones that I was looking at they weren't all that healthy, and I couldn't figure out the crinkliness of the leaves. The variegated peace lily has these really super crinkly leaves that the regular peace lily doesn't. And I couldn't tell if that was normal or if the plant was sick somehow or wilting or something. But I keep seeing it over and over like that. So I think that's just how it is. And I actually like it like that. I think it's cool how it's bumpy and not shiny like the regular peace lily. And the variegation on this one, wow, so pretty. I love the white. It's so white. I love it when it's like the color of milk. It's my favorite. And it has plenty of new leaves coming out. This is a very, very healthy peace lily. It was $7.98. That's not bad. And it's already huge. And these are really good at purifying the air, which is why I got plants in the first place. So yeah, I'm happy about this. And it can flower for me or it doesn't have to. Either way, I think it's beautiful. The leaves are just so beautiful.
I love having all my new plants in my house. Seeing them gives me a sense of peace and happiness. And in the areas of my home where the plants are most concentrated, the air smells so fresh. It is fortunate that this peace lily is able to thrive in low light conditions. They would need more sunlight in order to bloom, but I am okay with this plant staying as it is. I do have this plant in a lower light room and it looks absolutely beautiful.
Okay, so my last plant for right now, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm pretty sure I'm not done purchasing plants. I'm still going to, oh, gnat. Okay, which brings me to my next plant. I got a carnivorous plant, the Venus flytrap, the famous Venus flytrap. I have owned this twice before, and the first one died. The second one was dead on arrival because I ordered that in the mail. I live in Vegas. I think I must have purchased it in summer, which was a really bad idea because I'm pretty sure it died during transit or in my mailbox. I don't know. But I got this one also from Lowe's yesterday with the Hoya curtisii. I don't remember how much it was. I think it was under $8. But this was the healthiest one that they had there at the time yesterday. It's got very, very red inside of the mouth. And it looks like there's little tiny sprouts coming out. Oh, how cute. I wonder if I can capture that on camera. Yeah, so I have gnats and oh, let me get okay, I'll show you. Look at this, you guys. I went to Michael's yesterday and they were having all of these sales. This thing was normally $19.99. It was 50% off. So I got it for 10 bucks. It's glass and it's open at the top, but I'm going to cover it. This is going to be living in here. And I'm going to I have a plastic bottle that I'm going to cut up and I'm going to put holes in it because I'm hoping that the gnats flying around in my bathroom will go into the holes and feed my plant. Yeah, so I'm going to have to purchase some distilled water. These things need to stay moist all the time and they only like distilled water, I've read. So our water out here is so hard. I'm pretty sure it would kill the plant. So I'm not touching it with any of the water that's in my house right now. I have to go out and get the distilled water and I'm gonna make a moat because I want it to be very humid in here. And if I'm gonna have holes at the top, I wanna try to keep like a lot of water in here just to keep the humidity up. And I like the look of it. I guess this is like a boho style. Yeah, I think it's really cute. So I'm excited about that.
Since making this video, I have put this Venus flytrap into its new home, but I have also solved my gnat problem, so there are no gnats to be found. It's a good thing that they can survive through photosynthesis alone.
Okay, so that's all that I have for right now, but I'm thinking I'm going to tack on more at the end of this video, just so it's not only, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 plants. Um, I know for sure I'm going to be buying more plants. uh, there are some plants I want to get online. I don't know if I should make a wish list video or not. I don't know if people like to watch that sort of thing, but maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll make a wish list video, and I'm sure I'll be purchasing plants at the stores around town because I just can't help myself. I love to go to the nursery and see what's new. And now I love going to Lowe's. Wow. They always have a special plant here or there. It's so cool. All right, so I'll be traveling this week. I'll be gone for like 5 days, so I probably won't be making any purchases this week. Okay, so see you later. I got new plants today. I bought 2 plants from Facebook Marketplace from my favorite seller, my favorite local seller. I got the Hoya compacta from her, and that was the very first plant purchase I've ever made on Facebook Marketplace. Since then, I have purchased from a couple of other sellers, but this one is my favorite. She has so many cool plants. And today, I did get another Hoya. She seems to have a lot of Hoyas. And here it is. This is the, I'm going to say this wrong, Ganung gating. So I'm going to put it up on screen, but look how huge this leaf is. And it feels, wow, it feels kind of fuzzy. It's got this long tendril here. Sometimes I'm afraid to touch them because I've had leaves just pop off all of a sudden. But this feels pretty sturdy. And she always has these in these cute plastic pots with the drainage at the bottom. And I love the substrate that she uses. She uses like a chunky mix. I think she makes it herself. And I only got this for $10. I'm pretty sure this is one of the more rare Hoyas. I've seen these online and they all are really expensive. So I feel like I got this at a really good price. I'm so happy about this purchase. I can't wait to see this thing grow.
This Hoya's leaf reminds me of a turtle shell. I love the patterning, and I can't wait to see what the baby leaves look like. It almost looks like there are veins inside the leaf. The stem is quite thick and hard and reminds me of a tiny tree branch. This Hoya is named after its birthplace in Malaysia, Ganang National Park. It would be a wonderful sight to see these in the wild.
So the second plant I got from her today is, you'll never guess. I've been wanting this plant for so long. I mean, not that long, because I only started collecting plants a few months ago. But ever since I learned about this plant, I've been dreaming about it. And here it is. It's a fried egg. Oh my gosh, it's an Alocasia fried egg, variegated, and it is so white. She didn't call it an elbow, but it's like pure white, like milk. I love that so much. And look how tiny this thing is. It's so cute. And she's got it in this like bubble thing, and it has like a vent at the top so you can control how much air it gets. It's so cute. And again, it's in the plastic with the drainage holes at the bottom, the chunky mix. And this is, oh my gosh, this is the cutest plant I own right now. I'm so in love with it. And I think these need a lot of humidity, which is why she's got it in this bubble. I want this to grow huge. And I know it is going to outgrow this little bubble. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I've seen people who own these have them inside glass cabinets to keep the humidity high. It's definitely super dry out here, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I would like to have it out because I don't like putting plants behind glass or plastic. I want to be able to like see it clearly with my eyes without having to look through something, because there's always like glare or something, it's like your vision of it is obstructed. But if I'm going to own this, I might have to keep it behind glass. I might have to use one of my huge glass vases and just keep it in there until it outgrows that. And then I don't know, should I get a cabinet, I guess? We'll see if I can even keep it alive that long. I love this thing so much. Please stay alive.
When I got this plant, I was surprised that the leaves were smooth and almost rubbery. For some reason, I had the idea that the leaves would be velvety, but they're not. So I kind of wonder if the leaves will become velvety when the plant matures. It's a good thing that this plant is more compact and can only grow up to 1 to 3 feet tall. If I can get corms from this plant, I will try to grow one of them in the open air with just my humidifier set to 30%. I'm going to start doing some research and look into investing in getting a cabinet for these.
Update time. So I'm going to be showing you guys my plants that I've featured in previous videos, the ones that have made the most notable changes. And I'm going to start with my fern. This is my maidenhair fern. And when I first showed it in my plant haul, my first plant haul, it was all crispy. It still is crispy. So I had left it under my fan because I got hot one night and it just totally dried it up like instantly overnight. There was no saving it. It is still alive. I think because it still has green in the leaves, I think it can still use the chlorophyll, but because it just like dried to a crisp, I guess they never plump back up. But the plant is still alive because it's got new growth and it's coming back to its beautiful, yes, brand new leaves. So I'm so happy about this. So there is hope. And I've got this in my bathroom now so that it will never be under the fan whenever I use the fan, because I do use it a lot in the summer. And I also am still keeping it on the pebble tray. So I have no idea if the pebble tray is helping it or if it would still come back even if it didn't have the pebble tray. I have no idea, but I'm just going to keep it like that because I think it's cute anyways. And it doesn't hurt, to have a little bit of extra humidity for this plant. I also have it next to my water fountain in my bathroom. So I can't wait to see what it looks like when it comes back fully, and I will keep you guys updated in the future videos.
My maidenhair fern is coming back to life. I love these delicate little leaves that look like tiny fans and remind me of ginkgo biloba. I do believe that of all the ferns out there, this is my favorite one.
Next up is my green unicorn. I got a brand new leaf and it's huge and it's still alive. I was so afraid that it would be difficult for me to keep alocasias alive in this dry desert air, but it's doing okay. It's still firm and it looks like it's pretty happy. It is losing a couple of leaves, or a few leaves, like 3 of them. The 2 small ones down here, and then this one here. I think those are the oldest leaves, but the 4 in the middle are doing pretty good. This one's starting to crisp on the tip, but this brand new leaf, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. And I'm gonna show you guys a close-up. Also, there are 2, I'm pretty sure these are 2 baby corms that have sprouted. Let me show you. Do you see that cuteness? There's one, and then there's 2 right next to each other. What I want to do is take them out eventually when I have time. I'm going to be traveling. I'm leaving tonight. But when I come back, I want to take them out and put them in semi-hydro. I want to experiment and see if this plant will live in pond. And these are going to be my little test subjects.
The green unicorn is one of my favorite plants and it is so magical to me. Here is the brand new leaf that has just unfurled. The underside is a lighter purple. This color seems to darken as the leaf matures. The top of the leaf is also a lighter green, and this also darkens as the leaf matures. The colors on this plant are so beautiful to me, and it may be difficult to tell in this video, but there is also an iridescence.
Next up is my white knight, my philodendron. Look at that beautiful leaf. Wow! I never could have imagined that this tiny plant would give me such a beautiful leaf. Like, I had no idea. When I first got this plant, it was so ugly and sad looking. It had this like crispy, burnt up leaf, and I thought about cutting it off. And I'll show you a before picture or video. And then this one sprouted. It is like the most beautiful philodendron white knight leaf I could ever hope for. Even compared to my white princess, like this is such beautiful variegation. Like this is what I wish for when I get my white philodendrons. I am so happy with this. And there is a new leaf sprouting now out of there. And I can't wait to see that one. Can't wait to see this plant mature. I think I got lucky with this one. So if you can see that tiny little sprout there, a new leaf coming out. And of course, the beautifully newly opened leaf.
I bought this philodendron white knight as a baby, and I had no idea that it was going to give me such a beautiful leaf. This plant has not let me down. It is turning out to be a very slow grower, so I'm going to have to be patient for the next one.
Okay, last one. And it is my Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen. This is a fast grower. I've heard people say that Hoyas are slow growers, but I think it just depends on which species. This thing has blown up. I will show before video. This leaf right here is one of the biggest ones on this plant right now. But when I showed this in my plant haul, my first plant haul, it was so tiny. It was like maybe this big, and it was super red. It was very dark pink, and it just blew up. It's so humongous now. And then this leaf over here, same. Like these are so huge. And this red one right here, this dark pink one, used to be so tiny, like this big, and that just blew up. It's like the red leaves when they first come out, when they're small, like those seem to be growing the fastest out of all of the leaves. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that the tendril has gotten longer. I have not measured it. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should measure it and make comparisons in the future. But I do definitely have lots of new growth. There's these tiny leaves all over. And then here, I used to only have two little tiny white leaves. They were pinkish. And then there were two new ones coming out, and now they're huge. And now there's a new one coming out. There's a little tiny bud in there. And this tendril has gotten longer. I'm so happy with this plant. I love this so much. And I have a cutting of it. I have a propagation, and I'm going to keep this one as a trailing plant hanging. And the propagation, I'm going to give that one a trellis. I can't wait to see what that looks like growing on a trellis. And for sure, I will be showing you guys as it happens.
Taking care of my plants gives me so much satisfaction. My fast-growing plants are the most fun for me. I check their leaves every day to look for new growth. And I know it's not just me. Those of us who check our plants every day can spot the tiniest growth point. And I don't know about you, but that brings me so much joy. I can see myself growing into an old woman and taking care of my plants as they age with me. I feel a sense of connection with life and nature because of my plants. They bring me peace, and it makes me feel like everything is going to be okay.
All right, so that's it for the updates, and that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Enjoy your plants.